okay for us to use this video in our documentary to get the word out about what happened here today?
Well, long as you say what I say, erase, but don't add nothing to it. Thank you. Make this side, and my grandson make that side. And he put the arc, and we never finished, and I let it stay. We could see it. This was when the police was being strapped, and they was about more money. They was about more money they wanted here. So I go like, if they messing over the police, then they're gonna mess over us. Lord have mercy over all of them. And that's when I recreated the sign. The purpose I'm here now, because the purpose God woke me up, honey, because I prayed, Lord. At first I didn't know what time this was gonna happen until 2:30. I got on the computer and they said they was here yesterday and they meet at 2:30. So I go like, okay, Lord, if I'm not hurting, if I don't have arthritis in my feet and my knees not hurting, I'm going if it's your will. And I'm out here for these young children that don't know nothing. The one that's shooting up is the one that told us, don't whoop them. You hear me? I don't know what happened in Chicago, how it got started, but that's how it got started here. The police here is out. They the best, but they the worst out in it. Because when I say that is, they look the other way. They really do. I've seen things, but I give support. I give money to the support thing. I'm not against police, but it could a lot of things not be prevented if the police really use their authority about bringing the community together, not tearing us apart, bringing us together. If you tell the people that your son, you don't know where they got the marijuana, and you ask the free press, will you come and interview this boy, find out what's going on in his home? This is in '97. You know what the News Free Press said? We don't work on teenage issues. And now they all over it, talking about boys be quiet, some. So I'm out here for my young generation all over the world. These children need some education, too much time on their hand. Nobody know how to play hard shoe. If they got all this crazy in them, put a boxing glove on them. Make money off of them. Bring all of them, everybody. These children didn't born to be a thug. Now, I represent my old self, 70 years old. I represent because in my heart, I'm proud of being black. I'm proud of being a mother of 6 daughters and 1 son and several grandchildren, great. I'm proud of this. I'm proud to be old, but don't tell nobody. I love my children to come and go, especially the great-grandchildren. But I'm out here to represent the old people who we on this Medicaid, and they sending us through hell. Now, they were beginning, it wasn't Obamacare, it was the insurance. Insurance been caring a lot. They care about if you fat, before Obama got in there. My lips are dry. They care about do you smoke. This was going on before Obama. And see, when he signed this thing, when he signed this, oh, take your breath, Joann. Obamacare, without reading it, I believe. And that's the only thing I think that this young man have did wrong. He been in the news in everybody's mouth, but to me, I think he didn't read the Obamacare. So I'm out here representing the young folks and the old people like me.
You think Obamacare was damaging to the elderly?
I think you wait till January the 1st in the spring when the tax go up. Wait till we have to pay extra tax and things already. Yeah, it was Obamacare. We'll be talking about it for the rest of our life.
Now, regarding today, what do you think about Jesse Jackson coming in and telling people to ignore what's going on here today?
That's good. That's good, Jesse Jackson. Well, ain't nobody got killed, ain't no violence. That's the only time I know Jesse Jackson came around anywhere. Good for this church-going man who's a preacher. If that's what the Lord told him to do, that's a great issue. Don't pay no attention to this. Because the police is ready. He don't care how old you are. I'm glad Jesse Jackson, but Jesse Jackson I can't go to him. I can't even go to the NACP.
You don't think that they listen to the blacks in America?
I don't think they listen to nobody no more. Not only the blacks. Now, if the Mexican, what have they done? They the best workers I ever seen. They built Will Alton Park Village. I never seen some people was so together working. And you know they the only one can live in the same house with all of them. I say, what's wrong with Mexicans coming over here? The jobs was already gone before they got here.
What do you think about the young kids, like the young black men that can't find work now? I know the unemployment rate is so high right now. Do you think that's hard on the black community?
Once again, they had a program. Now you talking about the background children in trouble because they got too much time on their hand. That's what you're saying, aren't you? Well, why have y'all ever asked yourself why this happened? It happened because mama, daddy, it's always daddy ain't there. Or mama in jail and they with the aunts or the grandmama. That's why it happened. We go to the TV and it teaches us well. Monkey see, monkey do. What did Shakespeare say? The world is a stage and we are the clown. When our children don't know how to act. When the sinners is done took all their stuff that play with and put it in a garbage can. And I'm looking at it hanging out. And I don't see the children playing baseball. I don't see the grown folks interacting. It's like the children got made these cities scared.
How long have you lived in Chattanooga?
70 years. But yes, I've been here and I saw first thing I saw was the police. And then we was all black in the back. You know how, I don't know, do you know about black? But we sit back there and they did their washing. And some had knives and they cut their apple and some played music. We had a good time. I thought that was all was in the world. I didn't know nothing about no black and white. My mama never, ever in her world ever told me that's black. My grandmama worked for a white woman named Miss Wise. Her name was Wise, here in the city. And she taught my grandmama Edith how to cook, how to clean, how to go to church and be this. I know because my grandmama used to teach me. So what's wrong with the children? Who care about it? Who really? They mama? Who care about it? They daddy? Well, honey, if any of these mamas like me, as an old woman, I want my comfort. I don't want to be bothered with no children. But as a young woman, I don't like children. That's the way it was. And I go like, Lord, how am I raise this baby and I don't like children? And you know, 20-some years later, it came in my mind, oh, you said you didn't like children. I love children. But the thing is, the Lord told me one thing. Don't drink. While you're raising them little babies up, don't smoke. While you're raising, don't stay at home. Be sober. When trouble, you woke. You're looking at them. And I raised, but now, I like to I don't drink whiskey. I love with beer. I ain't got no beer in me now.
That's good to know.
Oh, but no, I ain't got nothing in me now. But I'm just saying, the children haven't had a fair chance in this city. This city could have been the most magnificent city for these young children. And I say all of them. But no, they slammed that door. They made us where, you know what they even did?
What's that?
Many years ago, people went to Howard. They gave them old books. And the white folks school got the new books. Now, how can you compete if you're maybe 2 years behind when the test comes? That was the first wrongness and looking the other way, and nobody worried about it. And they still don't worry about it. I don't know if it's new books, but my children have to go way somewhere else to go to a good school. Well, a lady told me yesterday, this didn't start until the bus. But no, it was undercover before the bus. The devil just peeped his head and ain't went back. And we can turn the TV anywhere, and see garbage. And that's what this city came. I don't care how many river bends, how many dance they have. This city on raising children has become garbage. And they let it happen. They let it happen.
If you had a message to tell this group that's visiting Chattanooga today, you know they're from out of town, what would you tell them about Chattanooga?
Well, since you say you think they out of town, I think that most of these people that you said that you would like to have my opinion about. I think some of them live here, and I think some of them came from all over the world. But you know what? When it all boiled down, when the night fall, we all take our clothes off and we go to bed. Now, if this suit them up, that they can go home and say, I did my good job, I love them for it. But if they can make a change come in Chattanooga that's not over blood, I hope and pray. But do you know, ain't nothing ever been changed until blood was shed? You say, why is I'm talking like that? I don't know how traffic lights started, but I bet somebody got killed. I don't. You go up on Lookout Mountain and you see you can look down. When somebody went over it almost, they put a rail. Nothing changed until, why I say that? Jesus had to go up there on that cross and shed blood for all this. And you know what? I love them. I love them. I love y'all. And I thank God he put me right here in front of you. I hope I didn't say nothing that'll affect you, affect my family or the city or myself. Because all I can tell you is God is good. God is good.